Hello, welcome to Life Quotes, channel where you find quotes from interesting people. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. A squirrel dying in front of your house may be more relevant to your interests right now than people dying in Africa. Facebook was not originally created to be a company. It was built to accomplish a social mission, to make the world more open and connected. When you give everyone a voice and give people power, the system usually ends up in a really good place. So what we view our role as is giving people that power. Our mission is to connect every person in the world. You don't do that by having a service people pay for. There are different ways to do innovation. You can plant a lot of seeds, not be committed to any particular one of them, but just see what grows. And this really isn't how we've approached this. We go mission first, then focus on the pieces we need and go deep on them and be committed to them. Our philosophy is that we care about people first. It's really easy to have a nice philosophy about openness, but moving the world in that direction is a different thing. It requires both understanding where you want to go and being pragmatic about getting there. I'm trying to make the world a more open place. By giving people the power to share, we're making the world more transparent. Once you have a product that you are happy with, you then need to centralize things to continue growth. People don't care about what someone says about you in a movie, or even what you say, right? They care about what you build. And if you can make something that makes people's life better, then that's something that's really good. Think about what people are doing on Facebook today. They're keeping up with their friends and family, but they're also building an image and identity for themselves, which in a sense is their brand. They're connecting with the audience that they want to connect to. It's almost a disadvantage if you're not on it now. There is a huge need and a huge opportunity to get everyone in the world connected, to give everyone a voice and to help transform society for the future. The scale of the technology and infrastructure that must be built is unprecedented, and we believe this is the most important problem we can focus on. I like making things. I don't like getting my picture taken. Unless you are breaking stuff, you are not moving fast enough. Our goal is to make it so there's as little friction as possible to having a social experience. I mean, we've built a lot of products that we think are good and will help people share photos and share videos and write messages to each other. But it's really all about how people are spreading Facebook around the world in all these different countries. And that's what's so amazing about the scale that it's at today. Working with a lot of people at the same time is a task. I really like making stuff and getting stuff done. One of the things I really liked about Facebook was that I could always move so quickly. I wrote the original application in like 9 days at the end of January. The thing that we are trying to do at Facebook is just help people connect and communicate more efficiently. The real story of Facebook is just that we've worked so hard for all this time. I mean, the real story is actually probably pretty boring, right? I mean, we just sat at our computers for 6 years and coded. This is a perverse thing, personally, but I would rather be in the cycle where people are underestimating us. It gives us latitude to go out and make big bets that excite and amaze people. I will only hire someone to work directly for me if I would work for that person. It's a pretty good test. I don't have an alarm clock. If someone needs to wake me up, then I have my BlackBerry next to me. We talk about this concept of openness and transparency as the high-level ideal that we're moving towards at Facebook. The way that we get there is by empowering people to share and connect. The combination of those two things leads the world to become more open. When I was in college, I did a lot of stupid things, and I don't want to make an excuse for that. Some of the things that people accuse me of are true. Some of them aren't. There are pranks I ams. Move fast and break things. Unless you are breaking stuff, you are not moving fast enough. The question isn't, what do we want to know about people? It's, what do people want to tell about themselves? Figuring out what the next big trend is tells us what we should focus on. I think a simple rule of business is, if you do the things that are easier first, then you can actually make a lot of progress. In general, we're a social network. I prefer that because I think it is focused on the people part of it, as opposed to some people call it social media, which I think focuses more on the content. Advertising works most effectively when it's in line with what people are already trying to do. And people are trying to communicate in a certain way on Facebook. They share information with their friends. They learn about what their friends are doing. So there's really a whole new opportunity for a new type of advertising model within that. I wear the same outfit, or at least a different copy of it, almost every day. When I started Facebook from my dorm room in 2004, the idea that my roommates and I talked about all the time was a world that was more open. This is our commitment to users and the people who use our service, is that Facebook's a free service. It's free now. It will always be free. We make money through having advertisements and things like that. There are people who are really good managers, people who can manage a big organization, and then there are people who are very analytic or focused on strategy. Those two types don't usually tend to be in the same person. I would put myself much more in the latter camp.